Prophet, baby. Back with a quick video. Today's Sunday. I just wanted to bring something, man. I told y'all we're going to keep it coming, man. Hope everybody's spirits up. Hope you're thankful. Hope you're grateful. Still appreciative for all we have and all we're going to get. Hope you're trying to give the next man guidance where you can. Hope you're trying to understand yourself a little better and why we make the mistakes we make. Just the whole 9 yards about things. This morning I want to talk about why we got so much envy, jealousy, just all these little things that divide us. Why so much of that? It's because our efforts are different. We make different efforts. Some of us try more than others. Some of us understand more than others. That allows us to just tap into that next step, that brings us into this knowing. But once we plant these intentions, once we try, in our brains, we got these things called neurons. These neurons fire off, and what they do is try to connect to other neurons. Other neurons, they want to be friends with them, you can say, in a sense. And the more neurons we connect, the better our outcome can be. The more we are into it, the more we want it, desired in our heart, depends on the neurons. How many neurons we trigger. But all that allows us to step into this knowing about ourselves or whatever it is that we're dealing with. It allows us to step into this knowing. And we think we can think on that subject or whatever it is better. And Prophet saying that it's not about the neurons. That's just part of our brain. Everybody can look that up. Our heart. We need to understand exactly what this heart means, what this heart stands for, what this heart is capable of. That's how God operates. Think about that. God creates all kind of blessings in our lives. Everything goes, according to plan. We can say we be struggling and all that, but we all can look at other people and see they got other people that's in a worse position than us. That's just us used to complaining. But in reality, they have people that don't have no food to eat today. They have people don't have no place to live today. They have people that have no means other than the brain that they have, but no guidance, not connected to spirit, don't have nobody that they can count on or anything like that. We have a lot of people that's in worse predicaments than we are. That's how much we need to understand that God comforts us. He comforts us so much, we don't even be acknowledging things like that, like we be spoiled. We be spoiled and we don't be understanding it. That's why when something don't work out for us, that's been a working out or however it goes, that's why it disappoints us. It makes us kind of whatever, mad or whatever it is in that sense, because we used to God providing. We just don't realize how much, we need to sit down one day. Everybody on that individual level need to sit down and really think about all what God does, all what he does, from waking you up to the time you go to sleep. How much of that he makes happen for you. Aside from your responsibility as far as walking in your purpose, walking in, being yourself, standing out, being the individual that God made you to be. We're not meant to be like each other because he made us all different. So we should understand that if he made us all different, then we all have our own way of being. Like it's not a gray area to that. It's exactly what it is. But when we want to mix and match in all these things, that's fine and dandy, but not to find yourself. We shouldn't look in other people to find ourselves. God made us all specific, man. God made us all in his image and likeness, and he put a purpose in each and every one of us. We don't have to look in nobody else for ourselves. We can look to the next person for guidance as far as betterment, but as not you don't look to somebody else to put a stamp on who you are. You don't look to somebody else's character for it to be your character. Like that. We made a certain way, man, and we made to do certain things. There's different words gonna come out of each one of our mouths. That's just what it is, man. Individually, man. Individually. The quicker we understand that individually we get better, the world amongst us gets better. This earth gets better. I mean, how is no other way to put that? If we each get better individually, the earth gets better. Unless somebody out there could tell me another way that right there, what I say don't work, But let's be mindful. Like we all struggled for years and years or whatever, but you don't think it's time for us to not struggle, for us to get the other end of the coin, the real understanding of our lives? We didn't live the rough and rugged route. See what this peace and joy for route is about. A lot of us, peace and joy, it's boring to some people because they're not used to that. They depend on other people to be around so much. They depend on all of this entertainment within the world so much, to where if you take them and you just put them by themselves, like that's boring. That's boring. And that's silly because we all are meant. Think about it. We would be joined together if we wasn't meant to individually do almost everything dealing with ourselves. We supposed to figure all of that out ourselves, including taking the time for our own thoughts and thinking, getting to these places of clarity within our lives. That way, when we make an effort, we supposed to, it's not do something and think we can't do it. It's do it knowing that you giving your all and God has the rest for you. If it's 100 steps, like you taking them 64 steps and God is taking the other 36. We have to understand that it's not leaning on God. It's not depending on God. It's knowing that that's our Heavenly Father. And He's in the business of making sure His kids is all right, protected, living the right way with the right morals, creating a better earth. That's it. And every time we do things, man, He forgives us. He forgives us. It doesn't matter what you do or what you did last night, what you did last week, last year, last decade. It doesn't matter. You can still wake up. You ain't even got to wake up. If you woke now, you can ask God right now to come into your life. Change the things that's toxic about your being. Shape and mold you into the individual He intended for you to be. Like when we do these type of things, we grow. We grow because the more we do it, the more we understand. When we do it, you can see how God comes in because of that acknowledgement, because of us acknowledging things. Acknowledgement is it's big, man. It's certain words in this world. I mean, I would say all of them are important because they all have a purpose somewhere. But it's certain words that we are meant to keep close by. Just as we're supposed to keep that Spirit of God close by. That's what we are meant to do. The word spirit should never go nowhere. The word God should never go nowhere. The word thankful and grateful, that shouldn't go nowhere. That's things that's mandatory things, And even when we not grateful and thankful, even when God floods us with all kind of things, it's still some of us that still act ugly amongst our peers, still have hateful ways, still have these toxic tendencies to them, and still don't thank God. And God still protects whoever that person would be. That's the kind of loving, unconditional love. That's compassion. That's compassion. When you can love somebody and see their faults and still understand it. We all meant to grow. The way we get rid of this envy, jealousy, all of these things, man, that make us as humans look at the next person in some kind of negative way. The way we get rid of these things is understanding that individually we all have to get up and make that effort. Give it our best. Give it our best. Some of us, we give it our best. It triggers others to give it their best. And what do you know? Next thing you know, you got people sharing information about how to get to the level of the best. Just the top of the whatever it is you're doing. It's not about competition, but confidence, definitely. Cocky, nah, because it doesn't have to be cocky, because we should know this. You can be cocky right now, and God will take it away. Whatever you're being cocky about, God will take it away as soon as you finish saying what you're saying, while you're saying what you're saying. Like, we need to understand the real scope of our lives, what we seeing through these lenses and what we thinking through these brains. Like, what are we doing out here? Because I know, like I say, Prophet, I'm doing it first. Years and years and years, man. I woke up. I could look at it now. I guess then, I thought I had me a little business going on. I was doing a little something. But like now that I go back and I look, it was a lot. Not all, but like so much wasted time on my part. So much time that I could have made plenty of efforts, man, and changed a lot of things about my life. It probably would have still led me to right now where I'm at on this video, on my path. But it would have took off a lot of stress, a lot of things that didn't serve me, a lot of feelings that ran through me that I just deliberately just put myself into, because we say all things happen for a reason, and it's just this is how it's supposed to be. It is, in a sense, but it is things that we can change. God knows all, but it's things that we can change. Like, I can be ugly right now, and I can cut the video off and I can cut it back on. I don't have to choose to be ugly. I can choose to have a whole new outlook, a better part of my character come out. But it's my choice. It's my choice. It's whether I like doing that or I like the better part of it. It boils down to the desire in your heart. That's why that phrase that God knows our heart, we all should know that. We need to write that down somewhere. We need to be mindful of that every day. Every day. If you got something that you look at every day and you can write on it, write God knows our heart. Write that on there. And it'll kind of help you just be mindful of how you supposed to be playing with your heart out here and playing with other people's hearts out here. That's why some of us go through certain things within our lives, because we don't understand that we all kids of God. We miss that perception when we get lost. So we start looking at other people like a real live enemy. Like we really like hateful thoughts toward people and stuff. And God sees all of that. He sees these hateful intentions, what you would do to his kid if you had the chance to. God sees all this. He sees these things that when we in bad places, man, we think of, Prophet done thought about like robbing before and stuff like that, man. That low, that down, that think that loss to my abilities, that loss to my strength, that blind to the real sight that I have, the vision that I truly have. I had to learn how to open my heart, and that allows your soul to open up. And when your soul open up, if you mature, it attains all this information and it puts things together for you. And you just start growing. You just start growing. Instead of walking up every step, now you understand, wow, I could jump. So you don't have to go through every step. You could jump, and it just goes on and on and on. Just on and on and on, elevated in thought. It works just like that. You have to be willing, and you have to have that desire in your heart. You have to, because that's why these back in the days, the Native Americans, the Indians and all this, it's not just, it's many cultures, that we would think they was doing the rain dance. And I guess some of them did do the rain dance, but for the most part, these people would migrate to other areas. And when they would find a area where they think it was suitable for them, then they would all get together, and they would put their heart and their intentions in what they truly want, which is to be provided for within this land, food, and rain for their crops, whatever it may be. But just letting God know, and he knows, yeah, but it's our intentions that triggers so much for us. He knows where they at. They can migrate anywhere. We can all agree to that, right? God will know where they at. But they put these intentions out there, letting God know how serious they are. It's coming out their heart. And they got together and they let God know, hey, we right here and we need help right here. We all know it'll rain right here and don't rain across the street right there. Like they was letting God know, like we need it right here. This is where we at. And giving thanks and praise at the same time. Like that's how that works, man. And we got to understand that our heart, a lot of things, go back on your life and think about things that went wrong in your life because your heart wasn't right. It doesn't have to be everything, because we all can see people that has evil intentions, wicked ways, that in society will be considered, to be living good, be all right, having whatever. But that within that we have, that's why it's so important, because we can not work on ourselves and make everybody see us as a diamond. But inside, we feel that rough. We feel it. Like we feel it. That's why God tells us go within first. So you go within and you get rid of that rough, and the diamond shine forth. That's how it works. And there's a process to each and everything that we deal with. So we got to know that. You go through step 1, might be step 2. Step 2 might be the last step, but other things you do, you might have a step 3, a step 4. So our efforts, our stamina, our vision, all should be in perspective. We know what we're going to do. We're going to give it our all. And we know that this is the result that we're going to get if we give it our all. And God simply looks into the heart, and there you go. That's the only person that can say abracadabra, and that's real law, and it's real law. And I'm going to say one more thing, and Prophet going to let y'all go. Like I said, it's the weekend, so I want to give y'all things just to think about when you got spare time. God said, our fight is not flesh and bone, but of these unseen principalities of the world. And we know we got these good spirits and these bad spirits. Prophet want everybody to understand this. We have good people in the world and bad people. That's just what it is. We got loving people, and we also have wicked people. Not people that's just bad, like truly wicked people. People that believe in, people that worship Satan instead of God. Like we just have to understand that as much as we wouldn't want to think it like that, that's what's in the world. It's a flip side to everything. It just is. You got somebody that's helping people, then you got somebody that's taking from people. It's just what it is, man. We have to understand that. That's why we have the reciprocal side. We can choose to walk on either side. Either side. Get help from these good spirits or get help from these bad spirits. You know, as far as the winning in the war and all that, promise the end result is the Heavenly Father. Just for the simple fact of this, He made each and everything, the good and the bad. You know, the light and the dark. You know, it's no getting around that end result. We all understand that. But we all are part of it. We have to move it along. Like, you know, you have people that wake up and pray to these evil deities. You know, like sometimes different people out there, you might be going through things. You know, you might have an evil spirit attacking you. And you thinking it's something you doing, and it can be another person sending these evil spirits at you. Same way as you can go somewhere and somebody can look at you with that side eye like him. You know, it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. That's why God tells us about don't go on what you see, man. You have to go on what you have to believe in what you don't see. I tell you worldly things and you don't believe it. I show you worldly things and you don't believe it. How you gonna believe heavenly things? We have to understand what our Creator is trying to plug us in. Like we waking up to that level of consciousness to where we can truly put a lot of things together now. So mindful, that's the game. We need to be sincere whenever we even dealing with people. You know, somebody asks you for a hand and you agree. You know, like you should have that effort within you, not just because you know that person or whatever it is. You just cause. We all know that just cause. The same way we all know when it comes down to trying and making an effort individually, we know how we could think of it to ourselves. Like I know me, Prophet used to, boy, you ain't nothing. I used to tell myself, you ain't nothing, bro. Because I used to act like I was going to try, say I was going to, all these type of things. But when it boils down, I'm the one looking in the mirror like, man, you ain't nothing. You know, so worrying about the next person telling that to you or feeling that way, that's fine and then if you trying to get out of that place. But what really matters is that you don't be able to say it to yourself. If you can't say it to yourself, nobody can say it to you. That means you done did the work on yourself. You done made that effort. You done made the effort. And I guarantee you, Prophet, guarantee you it'll clear up a lot of this looking at the next person like this. If somebody try and Prophet don't try, and I'm mad because they get way over there. Maybe if Prophet try, I could be right over there with them. Nobody got to be mad. We have to just think about that. And we also have to understand this. Certain things, like I cannot like this person for something, and I'm not even interested in that thing that they even do. I don't even care about that. It's just I don't want that person to be better or be good or whatever, happy, whatever, however you want to put it. But when we make efforts, bro, it clears up so much of that. I want everybody to just think about that. Think about that. And while you're doing that, think about your heart. You know, you can even think about the times people surprised you. You're like, wow, I didn't even believe like they was thinking about me or whatever. The heart is a different brain. It's a different brain. Why you can care so much, and then your mind say, nah, F that. And you back and forth with that. That's because it's two different thoughts that you're fighting. You're not fighting just one. You're fighting two different parts. So control, yeah, we got to get that, man. We have to get that, our world. Because if we're not in control of our world, we can think as much as we want. When we amongst people, we're not in control of our world. So it's all kind of things that can slip into our world. Say we strong, but Prophet used to say I was strong, but I guarantee you this. Prophet woke up years later with an addiction that he couldn't shake. For some reason, he couldn't shake because he didn't let all these thoughts about him being spoiled, all of these type of things, man, all of these evil spirits, man, we have to be mindful of that. Anything that goes against the grain, bro, like truly against the grain, we all know morals, whether we got them or not. We all know them. You know, we all know like we know the commandments. Like we know, and this changes with that. You know, we just gotta understand things. You know, we don't need to get out of the context of God, but we need to get out of the context of barbaric type of thinking. Like we need to get out of a lot of things, bro. A lot of things. Like we need to understand that this magic that the angels came with is real magic. It comes from God. God is superior. Like healing hands is real. Like that is real amongst us. Some of us would say no. That's because we never elevated our thinking. We never did no kind of research on the human body. We never did none of that. You know, we just stuck on, I ain't never seen nobody do that. And that's not law to nobody, man. Because God gonna show us all things we can't imagine. So we need to get out of that. Put your faith not in man. It starts with you first. Don't put your faith in your thoughts. Get your thoughts from where they need to come from. And God will show you how to think, how to take your thoughts, discern them, and then think and come with an end result. Because that's how we meant to live. And then we just get better. The same thing I'm doing this year, I wasn't doing last year. I done got rid of some of that stuff off of my trailer. Now my trailer getting light. And the lighter you get, then you get to go up. Think about it. Hope everybody have a blessed day. We real. We not ill. We not ill. Ill is what? These illusions of this world. These illusions of this world. We meant to engage in this world because we meant to make things in this world. We're not meant for this world to take us out of the thinking for 1 second about our Heavenly Father is in control, about our Heavenly Father don't want us worshiping other things. You know, we just took that out of context with somebody having a stat, just different little things, man. It wasn't even about that. Like, it wasn't even about that. I mean, in a sense, because you got people that pray to these evil entities, you know, like, yeah, but we are meant to not worship these things. This world is of the devil. It's of the devil. It is of the devil. Because think about how much of these things that destroy you, or make you go broke, or leave you heartbroken, or leave you in the hospital, like, injured, like just a lot of different things, man, that we engage in. It'll take our life away from us, like, and it does for a lot of people, down to just songs. Don't step on my shoe, and listen to that and vibe off of that, and go and kill somebody because they stepped on their shoes, man. Pocket full of money, could have bought everybody in the club some shoes, but just low levels of thinking. So when God gives us this elevated level of consciousness, we need to take advantage of it and get ourselves on the way to the next level of consciousness. And everything coming behind us, bro, gonna be on point. That's it, on point. You know, we can't take time with somebody else if we don't take time with ourselves. We can't show that next person how to love themselves if we not loving ourselves. We can't show that next person like how to take steps if we not taking steps. And mind you, listen to what Prophet's saying. We can't show them because we can say anything out of our mouth. You could say whatever you want. I can say Free Willie right now. That don't mean Willie gonna be free in the morning. It's just what it is, bro. We have to show. We have to show because these vessels want to see. They want to see. Some people just want, I want to see if they could jump over that ditch before I try to jump over that ditch. Silly things, you know, not even trying to tap into their ability. Protect your energy, protect yourself to and from. Be mindful of what you want to do, how you want to do it, and where you want to wind up at after you finish doing it all, your end results. Depend on the Creator to help you understand the things that you don't understand. Watch yourself to and from. Watch what you take in your ears. Watch what you give out your mouth. Help somebody if you can. Give somebody some words of encouragement if you can. Till next time, love everybody. Sky Prophet. Peace out.